everyone.
Hello, TGIF.
Yeah. Here's a new word for you, and it has to do with a show I went to last night. It's Hiprov.
Hiprov?
Hiprov.
Like improv?
Hypnosis and improv combined together.
Now, if you're hypnotized, how good are you going to be at improving?
Look at these people. They're
Whoa.
getting hypnotized. You see a couple heads down there?
For real?
Yeah, so these 20 people, so this is a show that Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway puts on with Assad. Assad is the hypnotizer, and Colin is the improv artist, who a lot of people know. It was a one-night only show, but the whole point of it is they narrow it down to, like, last night it was 4 people who then were the improv people on stage with Colin during these scenes.
Okay.
And I just wondered, do you believe in hypnosis? Because I thought as an audience member, I worked with a psychology professor who used to do hypnosis, and he hypnotized me to stop biting my fingernails, which did not work. I still bite them. And
were you hypnotized, though? Did you believe?
I wanted to be.
Okay.
I wanted to be, and he was certified and all these things through the science of it. And I wanted to be. You get super relaxed. I think you do feel open to suggestion, but you're not, you don't have your wits taken away from you. And so I feel like people act a little with their hypnosis. And I feel like it,
Especially if they're on stage.
Yes.
That's just my opinion. I think that they act a little bit. Although I will say
it was great. I'm going to tell you.
Someone close to me is a real skeptic of hypnosis and tried it for smoking cessation.
That's what my mom wants to do.
And did have a lot of success. So,
really?
Yes. And I feel like you really want to be. I think you have to be open to the power of suggestion. The times that someone's tried to hypnotize me, I've been like trying to outthink it, outwit it.
Well,
you can.
That was my favorite part, is that throughout the 20 people, like every once in a while, someone would kind of like, come to and leave the stage because they knew they were out of it.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I loved seeing that when people like kind of were like, whoa. But you could see how disoriented they were at first.
Yes.
And so I really felt like it was working, especially in the beginning and through some of the parts of it. I wonder if it all the way to the end it did.
Right.
Or if then it was kind of like, oh, we're in it, so we got to stay. I don't know, but I loved it. It was a phenomenal show. It's pretty cool. So.
That's neat.
Yeah, it was
That's
kind
a
of cool.
cool
It's a
experience.
new word, right?
I think that's neat.
Yeah.
Speaking of a new word, because I've never heard that before, there's a new word of the decade. And the new word of the decade is the word they. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So the American dialect has named they the word of the decade. This is a personal pronoun, obviously, but it's employed by non-binary individuals, meaning that they identify as neither male nor female. And it's been called a vital indicator of social trends by language experts. Now, what they're saying is that linguists are paying attention because it speaks to how the personal expression of our gender identity has become an increasing part of our shared discourse. So I think it's interesting. I think it's tricky for people to use sort of a plural pronoun to describe one person. Right. That's where I run into trouble because there are some people that we've met who want that pronoun used. Right. So I think it's difficult.
It is, because mentally wrapping your brain around using the plural, like you said, for one person doesn't make sense in your brain.
Yeah. So if you're referring to this person, you say they or them. It's just one person. So I think it's a little bit tricky, but I appreciate where it's coming from.
I do too.
And I was having this conversation with my son, who's a teenager, and we were talking about, what are the rules about it? And what we both decided was it's not so much about the rules or what linguists say is appropriate. It's more like respecting someone's personal wishes.
Because you may think it's weird or it sounds odd, but it doesn't matter. It's a form of showing that you respect their personal choice.
We decided it's a form of respect and respecting someone's wishes. So I think it's interesting, and I think it's important.
I wish, this is what I'll say, I wish there was a different term that was singular.
Yeah.
But also the other thing is, like, I personally don't like the word they because I feel like it groups people away from you. And I think people use that in terms of other groups of people or cultures or, races, whatever it is. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
When someone's like, oh, they, this. That's the reason why I don't like that word per se, but I don't mind how it's being used if it's seen as respectful. That word itself, to me, puts them away from you.
It's a good point.
I don't like that distance that it creates.
Yeah, it's
So,
a good point.
I
like it. You got to talk about your dickie.
Yeah, I got a dickie. I'm wearing it right here. And I brought one to show you. And I bought this. It's a dickie.
That's cute. Wait, you got to hold it up.
So here's the deal. I did, but it was so white on that shot. I thought it was really blinding.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
So it's funny because everyone's like, I got Dickies. A lot of people have like all the turtleneck ones.
Yeah.
But there's all these, I just searched for it because I was really sick of having all these sweaters that I didn't feel were dressy enough to wear on TV or to work people have, you know? And so sometimes I just wanted to wear a sweatshirt and put a little cute collar underneath. And I was always like, well, it gets too bulky to wear an actual shirt. And I don't like the way my arms look with another shirt underneath.
That is a great idea.
I bought some Dickies online.
I love it.
And I just thought I'd share it.
We're all about the new words.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. A little wardrobe hack from
Yes,
Tiff.
thought you'd like that.
Okay, so just a real quick chat about the weekend and weather. Niz has been talking about snow all morning. I had a little conversation
10
with him because
inches.
I'm concerned about getting somewhere on Saturday night. And I said, what do you think about this plan that I have? And he said, I think you should cancel it. So on Facebook, we asked you, will you cancel weekend plans knowing a snowstorm is coming?
I'm just saying, like 50 miles an hour winds? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, something like that. But what's funny is we put that on Facebook, and my friend who we're celebrating
Who
her
you have
birthday,
plans with.
hi Lisa, who I have plans with, she on Facebook said, Molly, are you going to be canceling our plans?
Yeah. So everybody sound off just on Lisa. Was it Lisa?
Yeah.
Sound off just on Lisa's post and tell her if Molly should cancel her plans or not. After you tell us if you're going to.
I think it's so funny. Yeah. So I'll be deciding soon.
Sound
But
off.
Go to our Facebook page and let us know.
We'll
what
read
you
those
think.
later.